Sure guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. My name is Bonks. Guys, so I actually have some very sad news. Don't look at my smile because I have some sad news. So there was a hailstorm in Johannesburg and I would have to say that my garden really suffered from it. I have to show you. I have to show you guys. So let me just. So if you can see here, this was supposed to be comfrey here, and it was just thrashed by the hail. There was spinach here. This is gone now because of the hail. It just literally just demolished it all. Even the cabbages that I had, even the cabbage that I had, they're all gone really. I mean, I think they'll still be able to survive. It's just that they really got hit. The sage got hit. Yeah, so the most demoralizing thing is that there was a bunch of cucumbers over here, the like new cucumbers that I was growing, and they were doing so well, and then they got hit by the hail, and now they're not even there anymore. The only thing that really survived was the peas, and they were doing better than the peas. Yeah guys, so I just wanted to let you know, because you guys are you're my garden fam. So I had to let you guys know. And also for this video, I wanted to have like visuals that I could show you with the Swiss chart and stuff like that. So I hope you guys understand that I won't be able to show you, but we're gonna continue growing. There's still some time. So, and I'm going to be showing you the 11 crops that you can still grow now that grow really quickly. So, it's for me and for you. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go. So, at number one, we have green onion. And this grows very quickly. It can be ready within 20 to 30 days. I haven't really grown green onion in my garden, but I really want to try at least grow some onion in there. I think it's definitely one of those crops that every household has some onions in there. So definitely a nice crop to integrate in the garden to have, that you can just come in and pluck out. Green onion, it germinates within 7 to 14 days, and then you'll be ready within 20 to 30 days. Green onion, number one, number wheezes. Then at number two, we have radish, another one that I haven't grown. And I haven't grown radish because we don't really eat radish in the house, or I haven't really had it in the house. I think maybe most of the time it's like in salads and stuff, but I'm not the biggest fan of radish, so I haven't really grown it in my garden. But that one is a very fast growing crop. It can be ready within 20 to 50 days, and then the germination takes about 7 to 14 days. So a very quick growing crop that you can grow year round. Love it. You gotta love it. I just am indifferent about it. And then at number three, we have bok choy. And this one, I haven't seen any seeds of it until I saw from the Checkers Little Garden seed packets, and there I have some bok choy in there. So bok choy is a really nice looking spinach, I would say. It looks like kind of like a spinach, and it looks really nice. I think it would be like a really nice look or touch to the garden. So bok choy, it will take 7 to 14 days to germinate, and then you can pluck individual leaves within 21 days, but then it gets to full maturity around 30 to 60 days. Yeah, a nice growing vegetable that you can have in the garden. It will look nice, and I'm sure it tastes good as well. So I'm gonna use the seed from the Checkers Little Garden seed packets, and then I'll keep you guys up to dated with that. Up to dated. I'll keep you updated. And then at number four, we have lettuce. Now, lettuce, we all know what lettuce is, and it can really take over the garden. That's one thing that I really like, is that it can really take over the garden. And if you leave it until it seeds, yeah, it can be an annual vegetable in your garden. So definitely lettuce, and it's one of the quick growing ones that you can grow year round. So germination will be 7 to 14 days. It will be ready to harvest within 30 to 60 days. So definitely lettuce is a must have in the garden at any time of the year. Then at number 5 we have turnips. So turnips I also haven't grown in the garden as of yet. I really want to start growing it because I think it will be a nice touch to the garden. I can grow it with the beetroots, alongside the beetroots. So that one's also a quick growing crop. It'll be ready within 30 to 60 days. Another advantage with root crops is that if now there's a natural disaster like the hailstorm, they'll be still pretty much protected because the actual fruit is underground. Same with the beetroot. I think that's one of the things that has survived, but I'll show you now. But so that's another added advantage that I didn't think I would need. But yeah, so turnips, number 5. So at number 6, I would say baby vegetables. Now, when I say baby vegetables, I mean baby spinach, baby cabbage, baby carrots. All these will be really fast growing crops. And what I honestly really like about the baby varieties of vegetables is that they're really fast growing. They are so fast growing. They are probably the most quick growing vegetables that you can get in the garden. And I saw this from my spinach, my baby spinach. I grew it. It grew so quickly, faster than all the other spinaches that I had, and they really also able to spread around in the garden. That's one thing that I definitely like about the baby varieties. Yeah, so one thing that you shouldn't also worry about is that they'll obviously come out a bit smaller than the usual variety, but they definitely produce a lot more as compared to the normal varieties. So definitely I would suggest any baby variety, any baby vegetable that you can have, because they'll be quick. So if you choose maybe let's say the carrots and the spinach, then you can grow that year round. So at number 7 we have the Lone Ranger, the Lone Survivor. We have some peas. For me, peas are always going to be a favorite in my garden. Definitely always a favorite. These guys are resilient, fast growing, and within 40 to 60 days they'll be ready for harvest. I definitely love peas because you can just come in to the garden and pick a nice little pea there, eat it up. It's a nice little snack that you can have in the garden. That's what I truly like about peas. And they survived, man. I'm so glad that they actually survived. I should probably plant some more. So at number 8 we have Swiss chard. So now I don't know if you can see what's left of the Swiss chard here. But one thing I really like about Swiss chard is that it's going to bounce right back when it at least has these still the early growth. Then it's still gonna grow. So that's one reason why you should be already growing some Swiss chard. It's honestly the resilience for me. As long as that early growth is still growing, it's still gonna bounce back. So I know that with the Swiss chard I can always depend on this one no matter what, and it grows very quickly. So one thing that I like about the Swiss chard is that you're always going to have it in your garden. Always, you can just come into your garden and just snip some few things off, and then it will keep producing year round, all season long. So that's what I really enjoy about Swiss chard, and the fact that it's also quick growing. Within 45 to 60 days you can come in and get some spinaches for yourself. And definitely a must have in the garden would be some Swiss chardoses. So at number 9 we have some beetroot, some beets. And as I said before, I wouldn't have expected to have one of the advantages of beetroot, that it would be hail resistant. So as you can see, the beetroot itself is still doing really well. You can see underneath here. So this variety is the bull's blood, and I don't think it gets really bigger than this, but obviously the leaves are a bit messed up. But the beetroot itself is it's doing pretty well as well. That goes for all the other beetroots that I have here. They're also doing pretty well. So definitely another added advantage is that they are hail resistant and they're very quick growing. So the leaves you can harvest within 30 days, and then also the beetroot within 50 days, depending on the variety. And even if you look here, the seedlings that I did for the beetroot, they're still alive. They are actually very resilient themselves. You know, beetroot, man, it's a must-have. So at number 10 we have carrots, and hey guys, this season I've had some problems with some carrots. I haven't been able to grow carrots. I haven't even been able to get them to germinate as well as I've wanted them to. So I think for me, I don't know, they're just not liking me this season. But I think maybe this season was also just a bit of a messy season for me personally. But yeah, carrots definitely one that you can grow, that you can grow year round, that are very fast growing, especially if you're gonna use like maybe baby carrots and even just carrots themselves. So they can germinate within 7 to 14 days, and also you can have them harvested within 50 days. Carrots are a staple in any garden, I think, and you should always just grow them. So definitely carrots at number 10. So at number 11 we have the gone soldier, the gone soldiers. We have cucumber. So cucumber, I was really so surprised with how fast they actually grew, because the ones that I grew now, they took maybe not even a week, maybe 3-4 days to actually germinate, and I was actually really surprised at how quick they were able to germinate. So definitely the germination would take maybe 4 to 14 days. The actual harvesting will take about 50 days to harvest. And a nice thing about cucumbers, same with the peas, is that you can just come into the garden and pluck whatever you want, and then they'll continue growing. The one thing that is a bit of a tough one with cucumber is that you have to keep plucking them, and because now if you leave one, let's say per se, on the vine, then it's gonna take that as a signal of, okay, we don't need to grow anymore, and it's just gonna stop producing the cucumber. So definitely I would say to vine it up, vine up the cucumbers so that you can actually see the cucumbers. And yeah, definitely some cucumbers are a must-have in the gardenizers. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I really do apologize that I couldn't have like visuals for you guys to see in the garden. But I definitely hope that you guys still enjoyed, and I hope it was helpful. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love, peace, and save my garden.